So today I'm going to show you how you can use AI assistants to approve or reject candidates for a job listing that you have. So let's say here in Airtable, we have a table for candidates, and we have two candidates, each with their relevant resume uploaded here, just normal PDF files with a bunch of information in it. And if we go to miniExtensions and we run this extension that we have, this is just going to take a moment, and then we will get the result in this review result field as nicely formatted text that we can then use to inform our hiring decisions. Of course, this is just one example. You can use this for just about anything. I'm going to show you how to set it up in just a moment. So here we have our result already. So the first candidate got rejected. So he meets some of the requirements, but not all of them. And the second candidate got approved because Jane meets all the requirements that we had specified. Now, how do you set this up? So first of all, you're going to need to create an assistant on platform.openai.com. So you just create an assistant, you give it a name, and then you fill out the instructions. So basically, this is what's going to tell the assistant how to behave, right? So here I just told them, like, hey, we're looking for somebody for a barista position. They need to have a strong background in coffee making, and they need to live in the continental US. And then I also specify like kind of how their response should look to make the results a bit more consistent. But here you can be as detailed as you like. For if you're using it for like a hiring thing, for example, you could basically describe what your ideal candidate would be and your preferences and your requirements and just about anything really. So you just put in the instructions. You can select your model. I've selected GPT-4o here, and then all the other settings you can leave at the defaults except for file search. You're going to need to turn on file search because we're going to be inputting attachment fields, or we're going to be passing them on to the assistant basically. So we need this turned on. Everything else you see here is just default values. If you want, you can play with the temperature or the top P values. They just kind of adjust how the assistant replies and how creative it gets and all that. Okay, now let's go to miniExtensions, and I'll show you how to set this up. So you just go to create an extension, and here you have GPT assistants on Airtable. You can also always use the search box to search. You just click on the extension to create it. Then you need to make sure to select the correct table. In this case, in this base, I only have one table, so that's already selected. And then I need to grab the assistant ID from platform.openai.com, which is this one here at the top. So I just copy this, go back to the extension, and paste that in here. Then for the prompt type, you can have this be a static prompt, or you can use an Airtable field to define the prompt. But this can be as simple as review the following candidate, because you have most of the instructions in the actual assistant itself. So this doesn't really need to do too much. And this prompt would basically be applied to each record. And then you just add the relevant attachment fields. You can add more than one here. So if you had, say, a cover letter, for example, you could add that as well. And then you select the output field, which in this case is this long text field. And you can also turn on rich text formatting for this. So then the reply from the chatbot or from the assistant can actually be formatted in a nicer way. Okay, then here you can decide if you want to skip existing data, override And then if you want, you can select the filter. Basically view in Airtable to filter out the records that you want this extension to run on. This is just like any other bulk extension that we have. And then you can just click on Run Extension. So again, this is going to take a little while, but we're going to have the result in Airtable in just a few seconds. Okay, and now it's already here. You can see the cells have been updated. And now we have here a nice result. And that's about it. If we have any questions or need any help with any of this, you can always let us know. You can always get in touch through the chat icon in the bottom right corner, and we'd be happy to help.